All right, so now I want to explain to people what was going on after I got arrested before my trial. So I got arrested August 8th, 2016 for a crime I didn't commit. You know, I kept explaining to people, I met a woman in 2012 that lived across the street from me. She was 17 years old in 2012, and at that time I was 26 years old. She introduced herself to me. I wasn't interested in her. I didn't want anything to do with her. And then when I realized her family was following me around the neighborhood in Lauren Drive, I ended up sending the woman some flowers. What was it? I ended up sending the woman some flowers in early 2016. Now, the reason why I sent the flowers was just based on the fact that the family had been following me around, and me and the girl met previously, and I was on YouTube explaining the stuff that was going on with me. And so I wasn't sure where she was coming from. I knew she had to have some sort of liking for me to some degree for her to introduce herself to me. She was smiling at me. We had talked a few times. It wasn't anything special. I was never really attracted to the woman, like deeply. I on YouTube, like, people saw a side of me, like I was expressing love for the woman or whatever. This woman was following me around every day. And so I just felt some attachment to the woman because I was being followed around by the woman and the family. And the way it's explained by M Live is completely false and fake. The way it's explained by that guy from the United Kingdom, he's worse than M Live. Like, he's just a paid lackey who sits there on YouTube and talks about some guy he doesn't even know in Muskegon, Michigan, and he's from wherever the fuck in England, you know. And so now, the whole time I was on bond, the same woman I sent the flowers to was following me around, and there was all sorts of people following me around. These people, like, I looked at it like the people following me around were snitches and working for the police, and I was set up for a crime I didn't commit. Like, I don't know the mindset of the people who follow me around or what's going on, but it's almost like sometimes, like, they try to use people to look at me and stare at me or something like that. Like these people are intimidating me. No one's gonna do any fucking thing to me. Anybody ever thought of doing something to me, they'll pay for it. They'll pay for it 10 times. I put my life on that. Anybody ever thinks of doing something to me is going to be over for them. And so, you know, that's one of the things I saw was people drive up in the car and just look at me kind of intimidating. Nobody has a right to pay anybody. I wish I knew who the person was that was doing that stuff. I wish I knew who the people were that were running around paying people to come look at me. I'd go directly. If I knew who the people were that were doing all this, I'd go directly to them. If I knew the address of the people, if I knew the address of the people, or I knew where the person was at or where the person worked at that was paying all these people to drive by and look at me and all this stuff, I just go directly to them and ask them what they want. Let's get past all these people driving around with lights. Let's get past all that. What do you want? Why do you want from my life? What do you want? That's what I would do. I just say, what do you want? And so Muskegon's a small area, and they've been paying like little raggedy ass motherfucker wannabe gang motherfuckers and stuff to follow me around. And see, I that's what I'm so happy about, because I'm sitting up here every chance I get. I'm running my mouth to the hardcore gang members about all of it. I'm on YouTube talking, but every time I'm not on YouTube, I'm on the phone running my mouth to all the hardcore. That's the thing. I know a lot of Hispanic gangs, a lot of Hispanic gang members in California, and where do you think the Bloods get all their dope from? Where do you think that comes from? That comes from that comes from Mexicans. You see what I'm saying? That comes from Mexicans. That comes from Mexican gangs. You got to think about stuff realistically. And so they got a bunch of wannabe motherfuckers. No one's gonna do anything to me. Every chance I get, I sit there and run my mouth to a bunch of gang members for hours about everything. How I got framed, how I got set up to be killed, how I get followed around motherfuckers. I don't know. I just sit there and just put motherfuckers on blast 24/7. And we'll be doing it again. And so my impression of people following me around, there ain't nothing you know. The thing about it is, people be like, man, why don't you walk up to one of these motherfuckers and hit them? It's so many different people following you around. I walk up to the people and I ask them, you know, why are you following me? I ask them, are you following me? They don't say anything. They act like they don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes one of the motherfuckers was talking about calling the police on me. I walked up to one motherfucker on my street that I stay on, and I didn't see him. This was a while back. I asked him, I said, man, why do you keep playing with me? Why do you keep looking at me? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And he was talking about calling the police. That's the mentality of the people that are following people around. These aren't no hardcore, tough motherfuckers you're supposed to be worried about. These are some little bitch-ass, rat-ass motherfuckers who will run and call the... That's who they're working for, is the police. The police are hiring these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers will run and tell the police all your business. You walk up on one of these motherfuckers and slap them across the head. Put it this way. I went to jail for a crime I didn't even commit. By some rat snitch ass police motherfuckers. So what makes you think? Well, so what? All over Muskegon being followed around by rat snitch ass motherfuckers. So what makes you think if you walk up on one of these motherfuckers and you ask them like a serious question about, you know, who are they involved with? What are they doing? These motherfuckers are probably got a wire on. These motherfuckers are gonna end up hitting one of their little, you know, motherfucker probably got a little button and shit they push and the police come out on you or something. You see what I'm saying? You don't know you know you gotta look at these. They hire people like when you saw Kanisha Jenkins get killed and you see all that stuff on YouTube about these motherfuckers following you around. They're hiring motherfuckers to play the role to be threatening all that stuff. And some of these motherfuckers, well, there's some people. Like, I had some motherfuckers show up at my house one time in the middle of the night banging on my door. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if it was... I thought it was the police. I didn't know who it was. I thought it was the police either trying to frame me for a crime I didn't commit again or trying to kill me or something. But you gotta be vigilant. You gotta be ready. You gotta, you know... I'm so used to motherfuckers following me. I'm tired of it. I be japping out of these motherfuckers sometimes and asking them, what do you want? What do you... Like, why is your life coming into my life? You know? And so that's the main question. These motherfuckers don't do nothing. If you take off and you hit one of these motherfuckers in the mouth, they're going to tell the police on you. And the police, see what I'm saying? It's some snitch ass, bitch ass stuff. Nobody's afraid of these motherfuckers in Muskegon. Like little snitch, they hire little snitch ass motherfuckers who live in the projects in Muskegon Heights. Little police ass motherfuckers. These motherfuckers aren't real gang members from California. These motherfuckers aren't real bloods. They're a bunch of snitch ass, police ass motherfuckers. There's probably like, you know, a small handful of real gang members in Muskegon County. These motherfuckers are a bunch of snitch ass, police ass motherfuckers who tell the police on each other. You know, that's been my experience.